Hello folks, and welcome to another Three Stooges review. This is the 33rd film that the Three Stooges did with Columbia Pictures, and it's called Three Missing Links. It was written by Cyril Kramer and it was directed by Jules White. It was also produced by Jules White. This is the first film of 1938. It's also one of only 3 films for 1938. So, you know, maybe the war was in full swing or something. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know my history, but the Stooges only did 3 shorts in 1938.
Anyhow, I think this is seriously middle-of-the-road Stooges stuff. It's good, but for me, it's like, it's not overly crazy funny, and it's not boring at all. I actually enjoyed watching this. So him and I actually scored this exactly the same because, like I said, it's so middle of the road. There, you can't go too far one way or too far the other. So
I'm not sure if we haven't seen this one a million times that we wouldn't think it was
breaking up laughing.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Because certainly there's a lot of. This is a very strong middle of the road. If you're going to call this one middle of the road by definition, our definition, meaning, you know, this isn't a bad film, but it's not one of the Stooges' best films.
And we laughed a couple of times.
Yeah, we definitely laughed. I know I've laughed at this in the past.
Yeah.
A lot of times we run into surprises.
Yeah.
A perfect example of a surprise is Whoops, I'm an Indian. Another surprising surprise was Cash and Carry.
Oh.
But this one's not a surprise. I know this one back and forwards. I guess, you know,
it's because it's really good.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
why.
It is very funny, and it's.
And I wonder if
clever.
I never saw this before, I would be giving it 3s all the way down and saying this is hilarious. But I can't go back that far. So. Yeah,
I really don't think this is one of the Stooges' stronger films, although it has a lot of potential. Anyway, for slapstick comedy, you know, we both mark these
can I just
exactly
say
the same.
And this is another thing, another situation where, you know, we love when the Stooges go from one thing to a completely different opposite thing. We both scored this the same for slapstick, and we both scored it a 2 because the slapstick is funny. I mean, it's middle of the road. The Stooges are awesome when they do their slapstick gags, you know.
The routine in the office is fairly funny. Some of it's very funny. A lot of the jungle stuff is funny. Curly in that ape suit is a riot.
And the guy playing the ape is awesome. So that's supporting cast, though. But
we gave the dialogue a 2.
Yeah, because some of it's really funny.
Some of it's very sharp and very witty and very on point, and none of the dialogue is, you know, like, where is this going? What are they talking about? Why is the camera rolling? You know.
I'm not me. That's fine grammar for you. I'm not me. I mean, that's classic.
I always love that.
Yeah.
The plot, I give the plot a 2. You give the plot a 2.
I do, because it's funny. Oh, so what I was talking about is they go from one thing to another, right? The plot is that they're cleaning men at the studios, and they go to clean the office. Well, they need some leading men who look like Neanderthals and apes. So the guy ends up saying,
what a coincidence,
right? So the guy ends up saying, "There's our men," and
they're off to Africa to shoot this film.
And
of course we. One of the reasons the plot only gets a 2 is because none of this is tied up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense, and then they just end up dealing with a real gorilla, which is very funny, very, very good concept.
But we have no ending.
But we have no ending. Right. We have no real.
And that's why it falls short of a 3 because
it's not a complete plot. It's one of these episodes where they come up with some.
It's a good idea, but then the Stooges have to come in and do their thing.
Right. I mean, and it's one of these films where it doesn't end. It just ends with, you know, Curly chasing the gorilla off, and I suppose that just means everybody's going to be safe now. But it's a total open-ended ending.
Do they get
we
the
don't
movie
know
done?
what happens. Yeah, do they get the movie done? Is it a hit? Does Curly end up marrying the gorilla? Right. We don't know. You know, and I'm sure that they knew it was an open ending, and I'm sure that they said, well, it's a Three Stooges film. Why can't it be an open ending?
It's a short,
and
for the
that
movie
is
theater,
absolutely
so
true, except for the fact fact that that doesn't make for a strong plot. So it gets a 2.
It falls apart, okay? In the last couple of seconds, there's nothing there.
It's clever plot, but it's not complete.
And it's a clever plot to put a lot of Stooges, slapstick, and their comedy into. So I can't hate on that,
if you're going to get technical, though, a little bit disappointing, you know, a scene where stakes pop up out of the ground, and water, there's water everywhere, and the only interesting thing outside of the filming the movie and the meeting the real gorilla and stuff like that, that stuff's great. But the little things that they do, the lion licking the feet, now, here's another thing. You know, we've really lost sight of something because we've stopped doing these reviews every weekend, and we just trying to catch up on them when we can. We've kind of lost sight. Did we review the one? Is there a lion in Pain in the Pullman? Or are there no lions in any Curly films except this one? And we don't see lions licking feet again until Shemp's. I don't even know. In other words, I don't know if the lion licking their feet, I don't know if we've seen that before. I forget now, you know. I mean, this whole thing's, it's a shame because it kind of defeats the purpose of even doing this whole review thing is to reviewing these chronologically.
And doing them back to back so we know what happened.
Yeah, what have we seen before? When was the first time we saw this? So I apologize for that, for anyone who really cares. You know, we're not able to pinpoint little things like that. And this is a prime example because the lion licking their feet is perfectly applicable to this film, this plot, and everything.
Right.
And I'm just curious, is this the first time we've seen lions licking Three Stooges' feet?
If you know, send us a comment. If you know,
let us know if you want to, get into depth about that. We can certainly try to catch up in the comments. But my point is that the lions licking the feet and the whole thing with the witch doctor or the medicine man or whatever, those things fit.
Right.
The stuff about, like, oh, there's water everywhere, I don't know, like, that's not funny, and the stakes in the ground, and like, Moe in the mud, and it's like, do these things...
They kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're just kind of like silly routines that they came up with. Yeah, to fill space.
Right. And Larry is sleeping against the pole. Like, is that supposed to be funny that he's sleeping standing up? Because all that actually happens because he's sleeping standing up is he gets mud in his face, and that's... So I don't know.
They make a big issue out of that, like, and I don't know what audience is supposed to react to that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Larry got splashed with mud because Moe wiped it off his... I don't know. Those kind of things irritate me. So it's a little uneven is what I guess I'm trying to say. I mean, this film is not 100% like some other Stooge films are. Yeah. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for 100%. Not, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's still a Three Stooges film.
This one is hilarious. When we get to the ape stuff, when we get to the filming of the movie and the ape stuff, it pretty much catapults out of a mediocre Stooge to short. But again, the problem is for us. We've seen them a million times, and we're waiting for something to make us laugh the whole way through. That'll get all 3s. If you took the second half of this and just did it, it would probably get 3s all the way, except for plot. But we have to contend with the beginning portion of this, which isn't. And by the way,
I don't think it's bad. By the way, I think it's good, but
yeah, it's fine.
Actually, it's kind of the middle part.
But Curly goes into the chicken with the head cut off. I don't need to see that. I mean, come on.
That's just killing time again.
Yeah, and then he does the ape thing, and they go, oh.
I mean, they don't have time to try and make every film
super. Everything makes sense.
Yeah, these are short films.
They're like, oh, we got 12.
These films are made to kill time anyway. We're lucky any of them are as good as they are. And this one,
it's like we got 12 minutes. You guys fill it up with 4 or 5.
Well, it's just, So, look, the supporting cast, I think the supporting cast do a great job in this film.
Yeah. The gorilla's great.
I give them 3. We gave Moe, Larry, and Curly 3s, and half the reason I did that was kind of to even out the 2s that I gave it everywhere else. But the other half of I think they brought their A game to this set, to this film. Some of my favorite moments from all 3 of them are in this film.
Yeah.
I like Larry a lot in this film. I like Moe a lot, and I like Curly a lot. Of course, I like them in almost all of their films. But there's little moments in this film that really
personify what the Stooges do.
Yeah, they're very funny. Yeah. I gave Pretty Girls a 2.
Me too.
The girl is definitely attractive, but I guess just not my type.
Yeah, I guess
so she only gets a 2.
She gets a 2,
and she's very good.
Yeah, and she's very good.
I like her. What's that damn asshole's name? What's his name? I can't remember the guy's name.
The producer, the movie.
Yeah, the movie guy. Her and him are very, they bounce off each other very well, but I can't say it. Monty Collins. See, they don't credit him. Monty Collins is the guy with the big nose.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Her name is Jane Hamilton, the girl.
Yeah, she's very good, but not my type of pretty girl. Yeah. But I gave her a 2.
I would say that as well.
Which is not the same thing as a 1.
Right. So in true fashion, people, what's that?
20
for both of us.
From both of us, this short earns a score of 20 according to my wonderful score rating system.
And it is justifiable.
And a 20 is a good rating.
Let me say this. This Stooge short ramps up very well. By the time we are filming in the jungle, it's hilarious.
Yes.
So.
I think that this film could have been better. But again, in the past, I have laughed very hard at this film. This is definitely one of the Stooges' better
A cigar-smoking gorilla.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Where else are you going to get that but the Stooges? This is the thing about the Stooges. There's so many moments in the Stooges that you're not going to see anywhere else.
So that wraps up the review of Three Missing Links.
And thanks for stopping by to check it out.
Next time we'll be reviewing Mutts to You, the second film that Three Stooges did with Columbia Pictures in 1938.
Okay, you know what? Comment and subscribe so you can see all our wonderful reviews about the Stooges. Because we do want to do all of them because the Shemp ones are coming. I hope.
Alright, so, it's kind of a uneventful, what's that word? Anticlimactic review. But again, we've seen this one a lot. It's kind of like Disorder in the Court. We couldn't possibly get excited about Disorder in the Court, even though Disorder in the Court is definitely one of the high points of the Stooges' career.
Absolutely. And maybe this one is too, but if you see it 5,000 times,
it's tricky. So anyway, we're just going to keep pumping these out when we can, and we really appreciate the subscribers and the comments that we do get.
We do.
It's great that there are some Stooge fans out there that really think this is nifty to just get a conversation started about which films really stand out. And it's funny how some of us disagree on what is the best Stooges work and what isn't the best Stooges work, and yet we're all Stooge fans.
That's really interesting. And we really, really, please, we encourage you to get on those comments, man. We like it. We enjoy it. Believe me, we don't take it for granted. We're happy when people watch these. So, and we want to do more of them so more people will see them. Because I think this is a nifty little thing. Nobody's doing this.
Yeah, originally my plan was to show scenes and do this real in-depth thing, but at the time I didn't have the software to enable that and make it easy. Now I do, but I don't have a lot of time, so it's just this
is about all we can muster. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway,
you guys have a good day, and we hope to see you next time
when we do Mutts to You, 34th film that the Stooges did.
See you later.
Bye.